just wanna make it out streets on my kick back, ain't sipping on mine no more. My boy from the 8 to 8 can't kick every day, and that's since the fucking day that I was born. I got designer up on my clothes, came out the mud if you ain't fucking know. Been having trips since I was a little bro.
Yo, what up, Asheville? It's your boy Convenience, and welcome back to the Visionary. On this episode, I'm gonna be interviewing Rockstar Sheed. What up, bro?
What up?
So, what you been up to lately?
I've been chilling, man, working on music. Got a project coming out, got a single out right now, just to get people ready for it, you know.
Hell yeah. Real quick, give a brief description of the single that you just dropped.
The single is called Energy Head. It's featuring my brother Scott Damage. It's basically like one of those songs that, you know, you can just give your energy to, no matter what it is, and no matter if you're angry, sad, happy. It's one of those songs that you can give your energy to. So it's one of my favorites, really, my personal favorites. And it's doing real good on Spotify right now. It's on all platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, all that. So.
Hell yeah. Damn, that's dope. We'll get into, the meaning behind the song and all that later. So, tell me, where was you born and raised at?
I was born and raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Tell me about that.
I was born in West Philly. Happened to move when I was young. Ended up moving to Germantown, which is the hood that I represent. It's what I got tatted on me. It was a good experience, bad, good, a lot of bad, but a lot of good also. I learned a lot of shit. It basically molded who I am today. So, big ups to Philly.
Hell yeah. So, when did you move? When did you do that?
I moved about 5 years ago, back in 2015 when I first got out of prison. I wanted a change in scenery and environment. I felt like if I stayed in the same environment, I'd get caught back in the same trap. So I came down here on a job. I liked how quiet it was, so I decided to move back down.
Hell yeah. So tell me your interest as a kid back in Philadelphia.
My interest was, pretty much, any little street kids, music, sports, the hip-hop world, I used to stand on the corner, battle with my homies all day long, 11 years old, out there, the youngest person, trying to kill everybody, It's just, and it also built a lot of my survival instincts. Philly, a city where you gotta know how to survive to make it, so, that really molded that part of me, too.
Oh yeah, was there like a lot of action in Philly when you was growing up?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I got in a lot of fights, started getting in shootouts around 17.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shit was crazy, huh? So, tell me, what was a typical day like in your childhood back in Philadelphia?
A typical day for me was wake up, decide if I want to go to school or not. If I do, decide what classes I want to go to, mess with some girls, wait till the let out, which was when school let out at the end of the day, pick a fight with somebody just because I was bored. Do that for probably like an hour. Like my school used to go to war with other schools just because we was bored. So like after school, we would go to another school and just have a big ass free for all for like an hour. Then we would go smoke and chill. I was pretty much in the street most of the time. My mom was sick, so like I didn't want to be in the house and just be around that, be around depressing shit. So, I had to be in the street to make my money anyway. So, I just stayed out there.
Oh yeah. So before the interview, you was like talking about like you got like locked up and shit. Can you explain like how you got locked up?
I got locked up for robbery, second-degree robbery. Robbery was pretty much what I did. I started off selling weed, but I didn't like it. I was an adrenaline junkie, so first time I robbed somebody, that adrenaline rush, like, it caught me. I got addicted, so I got into that lifestyle. Around the time I got arrested, though, I was dealing with a lot of deaths in my family. I think I had like 5 deaths in the span of like 2 years in my family. So I was like real off the rails with emotions and everything, and some dude came into my job, like, real disrespectful and racial, calling people niggas and monkeys, and damn. I followed him to his house after I got off, and
damn.
It went down. So, and I got caught, I was one of those stupid dudes that got caught, but I was wilding, so I didn't really think I was gonna get away with it, When you wilding like that, you pretty much ain't getting away with nothing, so.
Yeah, it's good that you moved here and tried to better your life and everything. And
yeah, I pretty much knew if I stayed in the same environment, like I said, I do robbery, so it only take a certain number for somebody to call me with for me to be with it, and I knew that. So I decided I wanted to move to somewhere where nobody knew me, nobody would call me with those opportunities, and it worked for me.
Yeah, that's mad respect, bro.
Appreciate that.
No problem. So, what would you say your music taste was as a kid? Like, what did you listen to growing up?
My music taste was as a kid was like pretty much tailored to what my parents would listen to. Most of my favorite artists now is my parents' favorite artists. With rap, my dad used to listen to a lot of DMX and Jay-Z up north stuff. You know what I mean? So of course I'm accustomed to Method Man's, DMX, Jay-Z, all them. DMX is one of my favorite artists. On the R&B side for my mom, the old school groups, Boyz II Men, of course, 112, J. Casey and Jodeci, For real, I'm a street dude, and people look at me and be like, oh, he hard, but if you like take one of my headphones, I be listening to R&B most of the day. Like it's Janae Aiko playing in my shit most of the time.
Yeah. You don't seem like the type that would listen to some R&B,
Yeah. I mean, because I come from an environment where it's nothing but violence, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I got my modes where I want to listen to that type of music. I'm just now starting to really get into, like, the new age music and artists. So, yeah, I play them in my playlist now. But most of the time, I like to be in a mellow type of vibe. Like, I'm a real cool and calm dude now. I don't really let too much get me out of my character, so I like to stay in that mood when it comes to music. So most of the time I'm listening to R&B.
Oh yeah, that's good. Who would you say is your favorite artist right now?
My favorite artist right now, you mean R&B or rap?
Shit, you can give us a couple from each genre.
Alright, well my favorite from R&B right now is Janae Aiko. That's one of my favorites right now. I'm just now starting to get on Chloe and Holly because Chloe's sexy as hell. A lot of the old school cats that's still out I listen to, Chris Brown, Usher, all them. When it comes to rap, you know what I mean, I'm a #1 Meek fan, you know what I mean, got to, represent Philly. A lot of people don't get that dude the credit that he deserves. I like whatever's good, man. My playlist is pretty much Meek, J. Cole, Nipsey. You know what I mean? Cats that really like got something to talk about in their lyrics. I'm just now starting to become a fan of Lil Baby. I like his music a lot. I like what he's doing. Just normal shit.
Have you dipped into Pop Smoke's music a little bit?
Yeah, I listened to a couple of his records. You know what I mean? It really ain't my speed, but I don't knock nobody, so I respect it.
Yeah. I just figured that you'd at least listen to him. You being like a fan of 50 Cent and like.
I actually wasn't a fan of 50 Cent.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was not a fan of 50 Cent, man. I'm a person who like judges. I analyze a lot of stuff, and I can't help it. You know what I mean? Coming from a military family. But I've been saw things about 50 Cent that people starting to see now, and I ain't like the fact that he petty as hell. He got women tendencies. He a rat. I'm a real street person, so that rat title, man, that carry a lot of weight with me, man. I don't do rats, so
exactly, bro.
You know what I mean? I was pretty happy once Jadakiss killed him, to be honest.
Hell yeah. So, you said that you came from a military background. Tell me about that. Was your dad in like the military, or
not my dad, but like some of my family members. My cousin Doug was a Marine. He was the person that kind of like raised me and taught me things that I know now. I got aunts in the Air Force, National Guard.
Damn, you got it all over the place.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn, that's dope. I only got my brother and my dad. They both served in the Army. Well, my dad served in Vietnam, so.
That's what's up.
Yeah, bro. So it's not really too much of a scatter. They just been in the Army, so.
Somebody on my live said they love Meek, especially the one with the braids. For real, yo. Meek with the braids is untouchable, man.
Facts.
A lot of people don't know about Meek with the braids. Like one time I had my homie in the car and I just went on a Meek throwback, starting with Flamers and was going in. Old Meek is definitely it.
Hell yeah. I never really dipped into the old Meek because I've always, I don't know, I've been alright with Meek. He's not been my favorite, but I fuck with some songs with him and Drake and some of his popular songs.
Right. See, the thing about old Meek was hungry. The new ones Meek got signed, the Ross, I ain't gonna lie, the hunger kind of died off. It was still there because he loved music, but just the hunger of trying to get his name out there died off. if you do listen to old Meek, start with Flameless, because that was probably his hottest project ever. Like, you know what I mean?
I might check that out after this interview, to be honest.
He actually, like, he showed people that he wasn't just a battle rapper. He got songs on there, freestyles, you know what I mean? Like, one of my favorite songs on that Flameless mixtape is a song called I'm Not a Rapper. And that's like a song. It's a 3-verse song, and it's like probably one of my favorite songs he ever did for real. Like,
yeah.
When I say old Meek was it, old Meek was it. You listen to old Meek and be like, who the fuck is this new nigga? Like,
damn. So I'm guessing that you hate how he like changed basically.
I mean, I can't say that I hate it. I respect it actually, because I'd be the problem with a lot of artists is they don't know how to change with the time and change with the environment, and they end up falling off. But he knew how to adapt, you know what I mean? Even though he like in his 30s now, you know what I'm saying? He's starting to get to be one of them old heads, been in the game for like 10 years. He, you know what I mean? He still adapt to the environment, you know what I mean? And he still produce product, you know what I mean, based off of that.
He's still relevant to the game.
Yeah,
right now.
like, you know what I mean? Like Jay-Z been relevant for 30 years, and you know what I mean? It's because he studied the game. He don't just, you know, he ain't one of them types that, you know what I mean, go off opinions and, you know what I mean, personal feelings. Yeah, he may not like the new school and what they do, the mumble rap and all that, but at the same time, he can't help but see their success, you know what I'm saying, with the internet, all that. So, you know what I mean, he changed with the times, and his business grew because of that. So I respect Meek for doing that, because a lot of Philly artists, that was their problem. Like Beanie Siegel, that was his problem, you know what I'm saying? He fell off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He couldn't adapt to the times. Then he's still in the street, you know what I mean? And having a whole lot of stuff going on in his personal life, so.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of artists can't like adapt to that shit. Damn, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, they turned that shit up.
Bruh, they done that shit.
But yeah, it's hard to adapt to that, you know what I mean? It's hard for people, especially when you're stuck in your ways. Like, I've known rappers, you know what I mean, who just wouldn't touch a certain style. Like, nah, that ain't me, I'ma stick to this, you know what I mean? Like, and that kills people's careers. So I've personally seen that, so I know how hard it is. It's hard for me too, because I came from battle rap, so to get into the, you know what I mean, the whole thing of structuring songs and song concepts and actually making songs that, you know what I mean, ain't just words. I mean, it was a challenge for me, but I like challenges.
Oh yeah, so you bring up battle rap quite often. When did you first start battle rapping, and like where was your favorite places to go to battle rap?
I mean, I first started battling in like 2003, man. Like back when we had this thing up north called Headshots. Mm-hmm. They used to put out DVDs with dudes, you know what I mean, rapping and ciphers, and eventually dudes started, you know what I mean, getting into battle raps. Not, you know, face to face how battle rap is now, but you know what I mean, you'll see this person on the DVD first, he spit his verse coming at somebody, then the next person, his clip come on and he coming right back at him, you know what I mean? And that started a whole epidemic in Philly, you know what I mean? Like, so 2003 is for real, is when I started going out and being in the street, you know what I mean? And, you know what I mean, standing on the block with my homies. And at first, I just used to stand around and watch, you know what I mean? Because I ain't just want to jump in. I wanted to make sure when I did jump in, I had enough talent and, you know what I mean, to carry myself. And when I did, like, I think I battled some dude, he was like 18 and I murdered him. I was only 11 years old. So like that got me some hype or whatever. And then from there, people just started bringing people to me like, yeah, battle him then, like, you know what I mean, like, oh, you think you could beat him? So we used to all come out there every day on the block, like, it'd be a big ass circle, like, you know what I mean, group of people out there, like, you know what I mean, I'm talking about like 40 people. Damn. You know what I mean, like all in a group, 2 people in the middle and they going at it, you know what I mean, and that's where I learned it, and that's why I started to love it, you know what I mean.
So how long did you do that? Like,
I pretty much did that until I was like, well, I did that till I was like 13. I got locked up when I was like 13. I went to placement. Then when I came home, I was like 14, 15. And I got right back into it. So, you know what I mean? Without them breaks, I pretty much did that until I was like 16, 17. You know what I mean? Before people like just decided they didn't want to do it no more with me.
Damn. So, what was your favorite places to eat in Philly?
My favorite places to eat, it got to be a Poppy store. If you're from Philly, you know the good places. Like, people always ask me, where you get the best cheesesteak from in Philly? A Poppy store. Like, people think just because Max's and Ishkabibbles and all that is mainstream, like, they used to be where it was at back in the day. But if you go to Philly right now, the best place you can get a cheesesteak is a Poppy store. It's a little bodega.
Damn, hell yeah. If I ever go to Philly, I might go to a
You
Poppy
go to a
store.
Poppy store. You go to a Poppy store for cheesesteaks, you go to a Chinese store for chicken wings.
Chinese store for chicken wings?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you get them chicken wings, you'll never want nobody else chicken wings, man. I don't know what it is. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've never like really I've tried like the Philly cheesesteaks like around here, but I've never had like an actual Philly cheesesteak.
yeah, the Philly cheese. I mean, it's certain places around here who got good cheesesteaks. Cause I'm a real Philly boy, so I probably eat cheesesteaks 3 days out the week. You know what I mean? But I found like a couple places that make real good cheesesteaks. One of them used to be 51 Grill, but they closed down. Then it's a place called Black Bear out in Arden. On Sweeten Creek Road. It's right next to the Market Center. And that place make really good cheesesteaks.
Is it just like that specific store? Cause I know there's a Bears or a
They got different chains, but it's different stuff. Like, they got another Black Bear, but it's a barbecue joint, and it's over there by Gabe's and all that.
Oh, okay.
But the one out of Arden is a bistro, so it's pizza, sandwiches,
Oh, okay.
you know what I mean, stuff like that. And yeah, their cheesesteak is really good.
Hell yeah. So what high school did you go to?
I went to a few. I went to a couple. I was bad as a kid. So after my first high school was actually a placement called Glen Mills as the first. Like, I was ahead, and like I was like a year ahead. So I was in high school when I was 13. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So my first high school was a placement called Glen Mills. Then when I came home, I went to my neighborhood high school, Germantown High School. Then I got kicked out of there, and I got sent to alternative school called Daniel Boone. I finished that, and then I went back into regular schools, but I did night school at this school called Alany, and that's where I graduated from.
Oh yeah. So how'd you get kicked out of Germantown High School?
Yeah, I got the record for the most suspensions at Germantown High School.
Tell me about that.
I got 44 suspensions in 1 year.
Damn. So
And
how'd you
set
do
the
that?
record for truancy all at the same time.
Damn. So,
I didn't, like, at a certain point, like when I came home from the placement at Glen Mills, I was like really heavy on football. They tried to be like Gridiron Gang, so they had like real sports and shit. So I played football up there. I was really good. Came home. I played for my high school a couple games. Even got recruited to my favorite college. But when I came, like, I'm a street person. Like, I was selling drugs when I came home. I got a crazy plug. I was making money. So to me, football, that was a pipe dream. Actually going to college and making it to the NFL, like, that was a pipe dream to me. So I chose to go with what was already getting me money, and that was the streets. So. But yeah, that whole year I pretty much did what I want, man. They was teaching me stuff I already knew. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I wasn't learning nothing that was beneficial. So I did what I wanted. I sold drugs. I came when I wanted, which was only to mess with girls and have rap battles in the bathroom, in the basement, fights. You know what I mean? So all that, I got suspended 44 times in 1 year.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
Not proud of it though. Not proud of it at all.
Damn. Why would you say you're not proud of it?
I'm not proud of it because, you know, now that I look back on it when I'm older, I think I would have rather had, you know, chilled out and finished school. You know what I mean? And actually went to college. Even if I didn't play ball, I think I should have just went to college just, you know what I mean, for me. You know what I mean? Even though I got different, you know, feelings on college, but I pushed college on my nieces and nephews. So, you know what I mean? I wish I would have did that just so I could have been a, you know what I mean, a role model and somebody they could have seen do it, even though they eventually did it anyway. Shout out to my nieces and my nephews, you know what I mean? My nephew, he getting ready, you know what I mean, to go out of high school. My oldest niece, she in college. Youngest niece just graduated from high school. Shout out to them. My sister watching right now. So,
He ain't no killer, fuck you talking about. No, we ain't. We pull that thing and we gon' spark it out. Bad bitch with a big ol' fat ass by the bag, even she about to chalk it out. One more time, he ain't no killer, fuck you talking about. We pull that thing and we gon' spark it out.